Hi, this is Laurence Russell from Satellite Evolution Group. I'm here with Dara Panahy.
Hi, Laurence. Good to see you.
Terrific. How are you finding the show so far, Dara?
It's a wonderful full reboot, if you will, after 2 years of sort of semi-shows and the pandemic half measure. So it's wonderful to have this in full turnout, seeing people we haven't seen in years, and both optimism and some challenges in the industry. But it's wonderful to have everybody under the same tent, if you will, and getting back into the business of space.
I completely agree. We'd love to ask, earlier today, NSR discussed many hype versus reality dichotomies, shattering several over-positive illusions in the industry. As unpopular as those revelations are, is the space industry have a unique problem of that kind of thing?
You know, I don't think it's a unique problem, but more so just the reality of space being still an evolving market. We're only about 45, 50 years from being something that only governments and maybe a few multinationals did, to becoming a more commoditized retail type industry. So projections are going to be wrong. Forecasts for revenue, users, addressable sort of value is going to be wrong from time to time. And I think that's a growing pain because it's harder to quantify how many people are going to use a satellite modem. What's the market going to be for mobility? How many passengers will pay X amount of kilogram to go into orbit? That's not, perfect science. So there's going to be misses, there's going to be problems, and I think as the industry grows, it becomes a little bit better understood, some of that will smooth out. But I don't think it's unique, I think it's a growing issue.
Terrific, yes, absolutely. And the globalized nature is also another hurdle there. In short, what are the primary takeaways of how the evolving situation in Ukraine has impacted the global space market?
That's an awfully good question. I mean, we have both good and bad that has surfaced as a result of the situation. On one hand, I think the benefit of Earth observation and the fact that it's not just military use, but it can be used to save lives. It can be used to shame a belligerent party. It can be used to tell the UN, hey, we have this safe corridor right now. We don't see tanks, we don't see armored carriers. Use it while you can. There's been tremendous good, as well as the ability to have satellite terminals put in by various companies to arrive for connectivity when the local cell networks are going down. Those are all good things. The negative side is that those same tools can be used nefariously. The precision, the situational awareness that brings good also brings bad. But wireless connectivity and situational awareness, I think on a net basis, are a good thing. And we're seeing more proof of concept that space can be additive, and it can do things like connect the underconnected, unconnected, and also give us a little bit more data that can be actionable in a positive way.
Terrific. I've saved the big, nasty question for last. In your view, what would a perfect global regulatory system for the space market look like? And is anything close to that realistic in the international climate we're looking at?
I think, fortunately, the answer is, taking it backwards, no. Because whatever we're talking about, radio frequency licensing, or whether it's situational space environments, orbital debris, the rules to go mine asteroids, whatever we talk about, it's going to require global buy-in. We don't have global buy-in. The closest we've come is the UN space treaties of the 70s, if you will, the common heritage of space, not to be used for appropriation, not to go to the moon and say, here's my flag, I own it. Even that didn't get global accession, right? It's got more traction than anything else we've done, but it got that traction because it was a low common denominator of aspirational theories, if you will. Now, if we try to apply that on who gets to use what spectrum by what priority, or who gets to go to this asteroid and bring billions of dollars of value down, who's responsible for orbital debris and who needs to clean it up and who licenses it, until the spacefaring nations, all spacefaring nations, are willing to get on the same page and agree to the principles, the regime won't matter. It's irrelevant. And that's the dilemma that we have today. We have a number of actors that are very, very present in space, but they want to play by different rules.
Dara, that's been a fantastic answer there. I've been Laurence Russell from Satellite Evolution Group.